Israelis are really shattered today. We knew that the faith of those hostages is at risk. We knew that it would be very difficult for children at this age, a baby and his mother and his older brother that's just 4 years old to survive in Hamas captivity. But the show that Hamas put on today, I think, really shattered us. For me, it was the most difficult hostage release that we've seen since the hostage releases began, and I think that for many Israelis, we're very hurt, we're very angry. We know that this is what Hamas wants us to do, but we're also in a lot of pain for these hostages, for the families, and for the fact that we couldn't do more to save them. Hamas are masters of PR. I mean, the fact that you have people in the streets of London supporting Hamas, a brutal terrorist organization, the fact that you have groups like Queers for Palestine standing with Hamas in the West just tells you how brilliant their PR is. They're obsessed with their public image. And I think that today was no different than any other attacks by Hamas or any other hostage release. Their goal is to sow fear into the hearts of Israelis. They want Israelis to feel unsafe. They know that they can't ever match Israel's military might. So the one thing they do is with PR. So you see drones flying over. You see these big posters with an image of Netanyahu that is reminiscent of Holocaust imagery of Nazis. Being all bloodthirsty, putting the pictures of the hostages and writing very in large letters that it's Israel that is responsible for the killing. And you have people around the world, you have people on social media believing that and actually repeating that and saying that it's actually Israel's fault. How is it Israel's fault? How is it Israel's fault that is a woman and her two babies, a baby that is not even 9 months old, were kidnapped from their beds, from their homes in Israel and dragged into Gaza? Right now they're analyzing and trying to understand exactly how they were killed. But many in Israel feel today that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a bullet. It doesn't matter if it was a rocket. The cause of death of these young children and their mother is Hamas, no one else. I think there will be also thinking today about Oded Lifshitz, the 84-year-old grandfather that was killed and his body was returned today. And he dedicated his life for peace with the Palestinians. He was actually driving Palestinian children, sick Palestinian children from Gaza into Israeli hospitals. He was doing everything he can to help and being a humanitarian. And today he returned to us in a coffin from Gaza. I think that this is really symbolizing of the situation in Israel today. We've done so much. We were so close to achieving peace in the Middle East before October 7th, and Hamas hates peace. Their goal is to make sure that there would never be peace. And I think that the biggest revenge would be to try and find a peaceful solution. I know that many Israelis are angry today, but I know that for us, the most important thing right now is to bring back the 69 hostages that are still held in Hamas captivity in Gaza. We should, and that's just, I'm echoing what Israelis are saying today. We should do everything we can to bring back those hostages, and then we can consider our next steps as a country and how we are eliminating Hamas. I don't think any Israeli, especially after today, sees any future in which Hamas stays in power in Gaza. But I think that the most important thing for us is the humans and the human lives that are held in Hamas captivity, including Muslims and Jews that have been held there for hundreds of days. We want to bring them home.
אחיי ואחיותיי, אזרחי ישראל היקרים, ביום הזה כולנו מאוחדים. כולנו מאוחדים ביגון כבד מנשוא. כל בית בישראל מרכין היום את ראשו. אנחנו מרכינים את ראשנו על האובדן הכבד של 4 חטופינו. כולנו כואבים בכאב שהוא מהול בזעם. כולנו זועמים על מפלצות החמאס. 4 ארונות יקירנו מחייבים אותנו יותר מתמיד להבטיח להישבע שמה שקרה ב7 באוקטובר לא יקרה שוב לעולם. קודמיהם של יקירנו זועק אלינו מן האדמה. הוא מחייב אותנו לבוא חשבון עם המרצחים השפלים. ונבוא איתם חשבון. אל נקמות אדוני, אל נקמות הופיע. הלב שלנו סדוק, אבל הרוח שלנו לא נשברת. ועם הרוח הזאת נחזיר את כל חטופינו, נשמיד את הרוצחים, נחסל את החמאס, ויחד, בעזרת השם, נבטיח את עתידנו.
Two little boys who were taken from their home by savages, and we couldn't bring them home alive. It's mind-boggling. I think it's beyond human comprehension. The sense of loss, the sense of rage that permeates, I think, most of Israeli society.
I feel sad for our society, and I feel devastated for the families. And I'm trying to find hope somewhere with the wonderful young men who are going to come back on Shabbat. But honestly, I feel that we have an endless wound in our hearts that is going to take a long time to heal.